Hey buddies, can you picture this? Just half a cup of sugar. Can you fathom consuming the entire thing in one go? Doesn't it seem challenging even in your wildest dreams? However, within a 600 ml container of Mirinda, there is a considerable amount of sugar, precisely 82.8 grams, to provide a specific measurement. Hello friends, carbonated beverages have become incredibly prevalent in our daily routines to the point where regardless of your location, whether it be a bustling city or a remote country, you can easily come across a refreshing Coca-Cola. Did you realize that just two nations are left where Coca-Cola isn't available for purchase? North Korea and Cuba. In every other nation, from movie theaters to sports events, from school cafeterias to special occasions, individuals of all ages can be observed consuming fizzy beverages wherever they look. Per the information of the Coca-Cola website, a whopping 1.9 billion servings of Coca-Cola are purchased every single day. Can you picture how big this number is? And this is only one beverage. If you consider all carbonated drinks, the sheer amount of it consumed globally is inconceivable. That's why in today's video, let me surprise you by sharing the ingredients of these drinks. Once you learn about them, discuss this to your friends and families so that they can understand what they consume. Let's start this video with the myths because this video isn't meant to frighten you with falsehoods. I want to inform you. One of the largest misconceptions about carbonated beverages is that it is referred to as toilet cleaners by critics. Can Pepsi and Coca-Cola be linked to toilet cleaners? The immediate response to this is no. Individuals make this analogy frequently because toilet cleaners contain specific acids and fizzy drinks contain specific acids as well. The chemicals in chilled beverages are citrus chemicals and phosphorus chemicals. Citrus chemicals can be found naturally. You receive citrus chemicals in lemons and oranges as well. Conversely, phosphorus chemical is a typical food grade additive. It is designated the number E338. Whenever there is high glucose contains, mold and bacteria can easily grow there. Phosphoric acid prevents the growth of those bacteria. Not only will you find the phosphoric acid in soda, but also in jellies, processed meat, granola bars, bottled coffee beverages, baking soda, protein drinks, and in in cheeses as well. Surprisingly, these two acids are also located in various toilet cleaners. Frequently in homemade toilet cleaners, lime juice is included in vinegar and baking soda. Nonetheless, contrasting fizzy drinks and toilet cleaners with one another would be incorrect because, as you may have learned in chemistry in school, there are some weak acids, watered down acids, and there are potent acids that are more powerful. Without going into too many details, phosphoric acid is a weak acid and toilet cleaners have stronger chemicals such as sodium hypochlorite and hydrochloric acid. These are used to clean strong stains. Hydrochloric acid is in our stomachs too. It is one of the main components of gastric acid. Now you won't compare our stomachs to toilet cleaners, will you? Because chemistry is complex. Based on a common constituent, you cannot derive such conclusions. Another point that is often put across is that the pH level of a soft drink is the same as the pH level of a toilet cleaner. You will recall learning in school that the pH level is used to measure acidity, how acidic a substance is. The pH level of soft drinks is normally around 2.5, but do you know the acidity of lemon juice? Its pH level is around 2 to 2.6. Pomegranates have a pH level of around 2.9. Grapes are around the same level. If this myth is clear to you, then you would wonder if it is okay to drink soft drinks. The answer to this is quite simple. No. Let's talk about why not. But before we get to that, let's address the other question you have. If I'm trying to expose the soft drinks, why was I defending them by clarifying the rumors? The simple reason behind it is misinformation is dangerous. Irrespective of whether the conclusion is right or wrong, we should not try to derive the conclusion using misinformation. Come, let's try to understand why soft drinks are dangerous. I won't talk about secret ingredients here. The frequent contamination, such as the news that broke out quite some time ago that pesticides were found in cold drinks.
Soft drinks that are being sold in Delhi, Coke brands have 30 times higher pesticide residues, and the Pepsi brands have 36 times higher pesticide residues.
This happened again in 2004, 2006 and 2016. But this was unusual if it doesn't happen normally. In this video, I would like to assume that the soft drinks we are consuming having no such contaminations and that it is an unaltered drink as the company intends to make. Turn the bottle and check the ingredients list. The example at the beginning of the video, Mirinda, is a brand of PepsiCo. Let's continue with that example. But you can find a similar brand by Coca-Cola, Fanta. These are the two biggest companies, PepsiCo and Coca-Cola. Mirinda and Fanta are competitors. Let's check their calories. It's written that 100 ml contains 55 calories. So in a bottle of 600 ml, 55 into 6 is equal to 330 calories. To draw a comparison, in a bottle there are as many calories as in a 2 aloo parathas, potato stuffed bread fried in oil. Not only this, if you eat a masala dosa with a bowl full of sambar and coconut chutney, the amount of calorie you consume would be as much as this, if not less. You might think that it is not a big deal. The point is that when you eat aloo parathas or masala dosas, it will be your lunch. You will feel full with that. But if you drink a bottle of Coca-Cola or Mirinda, will that soothe your hunger? These extra calories are useless. You will need to have lunch or dinner in addition to it. Also, in normal foods, there is protein, sodium, potassium, vitamins, fibers and fats, so you get many nutrients in it. But what do you get out of this bottle? Empty calories, which have no nutrients. There is only sugar, a high content of sugar. There is so much sugar that you can't even believe it. For comparison, I took the same amount of sugar in an empty glass. There is 13.8 grams of sugar in 100 ml in Mirinda. So in the bottle, 13.8 into 6 is equal to 82.8 grams of sugar. It fills half a glass. This much sugar can make you truly sick. You ask how much added sugar is normal for human consumption? The answer is zero. Yep, absolutely zero. Because we are talking about added sugar, not of natural sugars. We get natural sugars from foods. There is lactose in milk and fructose in fruits. These are examples of natural sugars. When you drink milk or eat fruits, you get these natural sugars through which you get sufficient energy. These natural sugars completely fulfill the needs of your body. Added sugars are the sugars that we put into our food. The extra sugar we put in while cooking or preparing the food. According to the American Heart Association, our bodies do not require any added sugar to function properly. So the body requires zero added sugars. Even so, if you ask how much of it can our body tolerate, what level of added sugar is safe for our bodies? Friends, the recommended limit of it for an adult man is 36 grams in a day, and for an adult woman, 25 grams of added sugar in a day. In this 600 ml bottle of Mirinda, there are 82.8 grams of added sugar. With one bottle, you will surpass your daily recommended intake. That's why I'm saying that consuming such a huge quantity of added sugar daily is enough to make you extremely sick. It wouldn't happen instantly. If you do so 1 or 2 days, there won't be major consequences. But if you continue doing so every day for years on end, due to this added sugar alone, you will later start getting pain in the joints, suffer undue skin aging, liver damage, type 2 diabetes, a pancreatic breakdown, kidney failure. The risk of heart attack increases manifold, and finally obesity. I mentioned this at last because when most people think about sugar, they shrug it off as being a bit overweight. But the rest of the diseases, very few people know about them. These occur because of excessive sugar. The most dangerous thing about sugar is that you can get addicted to it in the same way as people get addicted to drugs. In a 2017 study, sugar addiction was compared to cocaine addiction. That's why when you see the people around you, people who drink soft drinks, drink them quite regularly. You'll find very few people who say that they drink soft drinks once in 3 to 4 months. People addicted to sugar, they'll either drink soft drinks regularly, or if they aren't drinking soft drinks regularly, they'll eat candies, chocolates, sweets, ice creams, and things that have high sugar content. With a larger amount of added sugar, they will regularly consume these things. Other countries have been discussing sugar overdose for a while now. That's why in 1964, PepsiCo launched Diet Pepsi, and in 1982, Coca-Cola launched Diet Coke. In both versions of diet soft drinks, there are 0 calories and 0 added sugar. Does it mean that they are safe to drink? Artificial sweeteners are used in diet soft drinks, such as aspartame, saccharin, or sucralose. Friends, these artificial sweeteners have a controversial history. There have been many studies linking them to cancer. To this, they were banned in many places. But there were studies by other organizations that said that there were no links to cancer. In a latest study conducted on 24 March 2022, it was conducted in France on 1 lakh adults. They monitored the effects of these people over 7 to 8 years. They found that aspartame increases the risk of cancer. If you check the official website of the Center of Science in the Public Interest (CSPI), you will find that aspartame is linked to cancer. In other studies, these are linked to heart diseases, strokes, diabetes, the toxicity of kidneys and liver, mental health problems, and even birth defects. But even so, I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's assume that the studies conducted in their favor are correct and the rest are wrong. Keeping this aside, let's examine the rest of ingredients. Friends, this is just the beginning. One by one, I'll show you the ingredients in them. The next harmful ingredient in them is caramel. The dark brown black color of Pepsi and Coca-Cola is from caramel. You'll find many news articles from 2012 linking caramel to cancer. What is caramel? It is burnt sugar. Sugar is heated with ammonia and sulfides. Doing so releases a byproduct 4-MI, 4-methylimidazole. Several studies have linked it to cancer, and in the state of California, it is listed as carcinogen. The law there states that if the amount of this carcinogen in any food or drink is more than 29 micrograms, then it is not allowed, but less than 29 micrograms is allowed. According to 2012 news articles, the samples of the soft drinks, it was found to be 138 micrograms, more than 4 times the permitted limit. After this controversy, Coca-Cola said that they would change their formula and use a new formula that will have lower 4-MI. But they made these changes in America only. In countries like India and several other developing countries, there are similar laws for it. Similar news was seen again in 2014 when an organization checked various soft drinks for the 4-MI levels. Again, these soft drinks contain exceeding levels of 4-MI. On a side note, I would like to tell you, if food is burnt beyond a certain point, it is not good for your health. If the bread in your toaster has turned black, or your vegetables are so burnt that you can see black parts on them, don't eat them. They contain an increased level of acrylamide. According to the World Health Organization, acrylamide is a probable human carcinogen. There is a high chance that you can get cancer from it. The same logic is used here when you burn sugars beyond an extent so that it forms caramel. It too can cause cancer. People drinking Mirinda and Fanta might think that this is good news for them and that they are safe since their drinks are black. The next bit is for you. Why doesn't it end? In drinks like Mirinda and Fanta, where does this orange color come from? Synthetic food color is used. Its code name is E110, also known as Sunset Yellow FCF. Its chemical name is disodium 2-dihydroxy-1,4-sulfonatophenylazonaphthalene 6-sulfonate. Don't worry, I won't quiz you. It is an azo dye produced from petroleum, but it is very important for your life. In 1973, a pediatric Benjamin Feingold found that artificial food flavors had resulted in hyperactivity among children. It affected the attention span of children as well. This is why in the year 2000, countries like Norway, Finland and Sweden banned this Sunset Yellow FCF. What could they do if the other countries aren't very proactive about it? In 2007, Southampton University conducted a study that found that E110 is linked to attention deficit in children. Hyperactivity disorder was seen in children. After this research study, the Food Standards Agency of the UK started paying attention to this issue. The next year, 2008, they recommended to the government that artificial colors need to be banned from food. They tried to extend this ban to the European Union. In 2010, this regulation was brought into the European Union that if artificial colors are found in any products, the companies would have to put up labels stating that it may hurt activity and attention in children. After this, several companies stopped using them, but only in the European Union because of the regulations imposed there. Once again, in countries where these regulations didn't exist, the companies keep exploiting the rules or lack thereof and continue using the same ingredients in India. If you turn the bottle of Mirinda, you will find this written, contains permitted synthetic food colors, and in the bracket there is 110. As I told you, 110 is the code name of Sunset Yellow FCF. The companies are very cunning. They spend money to fight court cases in each country. According to the official website of PepsiCo, they have spent $3.6 million in America for lobbying related activities. In case you don't know about lobbying, in my opinion, it is legalized corruption. In countries like America, it is legal for companies to pay the political parties so that the political parties pass judgments and rulings in their favor. These companies are concerned about their profits, not about the health of people. In countries where there are no regulations, they keep selling cheaper, cancer-causing products and no one cares. Even now, there are no such regulations in India for E110. You will find it in many packaged food items. Another such example is our next ingredient, preservative E21Y. This is the code name for the preservative sodium benzoate. In 2005, the US FDA ran some tests in a private lab. They found that these soft drinks contain benzene. Benzene is a gas emitted from the exhaust pipes of vehicles. If you burn coal or petrol, this gas is emitted. It too causes cancer. But how is this gas found in cold drinks? After research, it was found that the benzoate salts such as preservative sodium benzoate, when they react with ascorbic acids, ascorbic acid is vitamin C, come together to form benzene. This reaction needs heat and light only. When these bottles are exposed to heat and light, this reaction takes place. When this controversy erupted in 2007, court cases were filed against PepsiCo and Coca-Cola. Next year in 2008, it was revealed that Coca-Cola would remove sodium benzoate from their products. They would stop using it in their soft drinks. You would think this was a positive step. But as I told you, in the countries where court cases are being fought, the companies take action there. In India, it is still a popular preservative used in soft drinks. Anyway, excessive sodium, consuming excessive salt can cause hypertension. This is why junk food is often linked to hypertension. To our next ingredient, phosphoric acid. I talked about it at the beginning of this video. Some cold drinks contain phosphoric acid to prevent the growth of mold and bacteria. It isn't a harmful element because it is found even in milk. But the downside of phosphoric acid is that if you consume large amount of it, it can damage your teeth. It can lead to dental corrosion. This is why children are often advised to avoid soft drinks so that they couldn't ruin their teeth, to have damaged teeth due to phosphoric acid. Compared to other consequences, seems the most insignificant thing. Apart from this, if we talk about the rest of the ingredients, there are acidity regulators. Let's take an example of Mirinda, but you would find this in many soft drinks. Acidity regulator 330 is a citric acid and it gives a sour taste. It is added to introduce that taste. 331 is the sodium citrate, a crystalline salt that is formed from the fermentation of citric acid. It helps in reducing the acidity of the soft drink and to prevent soft drinking from getting ruined by oxidization. And then on the ingredient list, you will find the chemicals labeled stabilizers. E450, also known as starch sodium octenyl succinate, and E445, known as Easter gum, are stabilizers and emulsifiers that help to combine two liquids that do not normally mix. Stabilizers maintain the homogeneity of the solution as well, so that no lumps are formed. When you look at a soft drink, it looks homogeneous throughout. No solids are forming in the middle. These aren't dangerous, so it's okay. And finally, there's carbonated water in the soft drink. water infused with carbon dioxide. It gives you the fizz in the cold drink. The liquids infused with carbon dioxide are known as soda. So all soft drinks are sugary sodas. Because if we ignore the rest of the ingredients, the main ingredient here is water, specifically carbonated water. The water contains gas and sugar, sugary soda. Friends, this is the DNA of soft drinks. The next time you have a guest at your home and you offer them these drinks, you can ask them if they want to drink water infused carbon dioxide and a lot of sugar, along with artificial colors such as caramel that gives it a brown color, along with preservative like sodium benzoate and acidity regulators like sodium citrate, and stabilizers such as starch, sodium octanyl succinate, whose regular intake has been reported to increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, osteoporosis, dental corrosion, hypertension, and other ailments.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Soft drinks, if they would like to drink a soft drink, think about it seriously. Who would want to drink? After getting to know these things about it. In 2014, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and several major food and beverage companies such as McDonald's and Kellogg's had said that they wouldn't market their products to children younger than 12 years. But even today, you can see rampant indirect marketing. Cricket tournaments and quizzes are organized at schools sponsored by Coca-Cola. In Coca-Cola ads, you can spot children. So even if they don't market to children, they will include children in their marketing. Several celebrities have started becoming vocal about it, such as Virat Kohli, when he said that he will not renew the contract he had with PepsiCo because he doesn't want to endorse something that he doesn't consume. In 2014, Amitabh Bachchan said that he stopped doing ads for Pepsi when a young girl asked him at an event why he endorsed something that her teacher called poison. But there is a long list of celebrities and sportspersons that are still endorsing these companies and promoting them. Through this video, I want to make them realize if you tell yourself that you will drink these once every 3 to 4 months, because that's not very harmful really, soon the 3 to 4 months will turn into 1 to 2 months and then into weeks. And then you will start consuming other sugary items. It is very important to fight sugar addiction. If you are thinking that fresh fruit juice and lemonade can be its alternatives, you are wrong. Indeed, fresh fruit juices and lemonades will not have these chemicals, and these cancer-causing elements will still be consuming sugar. Things like lemonade also have added sugar, and the fresh fruit juice are so concentrated that if you want to have 1 glass of orange juice, you will need at least 6 oranges. And as I told you, there is natural sugar in fruits. If you consume the natural sugars at normal levels, there is no problem. But if you concentrate them so much, for example, eating 10 oranges at a time, which is the equivalent of 1 small glass of orange juice, it wouldn't be good for your health. Again, this will increase your sugar intake. The solution to it is quite simple. Get rid of all cold drinks. Get rid of fruit juices. Get rid of lemonades. Simply drink water. Yep, you heard that right. Next time you order pizza or burger or you eat anything really and you want to have a soft drink or sugary drink, don't bother with these drinks. Water, tap water. I have tried it in my life. I implemented it years ago and I'm being completely honest. Once your taste buds are accustomed to low sugar intake, later you won't like sugar. It will take some weeks. When you start replacing the soft drinks with water, your taste buds would have to get accustomed. But now when I try to drink water most of the time rather than soft drinks, I have become accustomed to it. You too can easily get into habit of it or drinking simple pure water. Try to make a change in your life and share this video so that this information can reach more of your friends and family and everyone can take better care of their health. Like the video. You can watch the other videos visible on the screen for more educational information. Thank you very much.